Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com. I've made a new pick a card read for you. What's coming up next in your love life? Or to put it another way, what is their next move? Because there's an element of that in all of these readings as well. And so stick around if you're interested in finding that out. This is a timeless reading. Whenever you're finding this video, it's good. You've been good to go. You've been attracted to it for a reason. I've made 3 readings here. Each one of them has got a deeper dive to it. That's an extended reading that goes with it. If you find that it is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, you might want to get that for even more. If you do, toward the end of these readings, we'll be popping a link for it up there. You can also find a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. And that's where you can also find your timestamps to fast forward to your readings. So all you need to do now is take a pick. Which one would you like? Would you like the crystal ball? And it's out with the road less traveled card. Would you like the flower? The flower is out with the mischief card. Or would you like the shell? The shell is out with the catalyst card. Take a pick now, and don't forget to click like before you click off down there. Click that subscribe button if you're new. Leave a comment. That'll get you an entry into a prize draw for a free reading with me at the end of the month. As we'll get in those deeper dives, those extended readings as well, that gets you entered into the second prize draw. So good luck with winning those. Now, I do today's tarot every single day of the year. I go live 3 times a week in my Psychic Cafe show where I give 1 question readings in there. You can book in for one of those 1 question readings for something more personal. There's a link for that in the description box below and also up there. 2, you can book in at any time because I do all the pre-book readings right at the start of the next live show, then send you the link to the replay. You don't need to be able to make it live. Alternatively, you can come to my live show. You can book while I'm live and you can get it straight away. 2, I also offer private readings from my website, BeHealing.com. Find a link for that in the description box below and also up there too. And I get those out within 48 hours of you ordering them, often within 24 hours of you ordering them. 2, as I said, there's 2 ways in which to win those private readings with me: getting the deeper dive reads and also clicking like, being a subscriber, commenting on this video. So do that as you're watching these, and that's it. Take a pick now. Crystal, flower or shell. I'll see you in your reading. So if you chose the crystal, and this one's for you crystals, let's find out what's next in your love life. What's coming up next? I wanted to focus like what's on their next move, but I thought not to call it that. So I don't know whether for you, or perhaps as crystal, flower or shell, one of you is going to be about their next move, or 2 of you and the other one it's going to be about what's coming up in your next love life. I don't know, but let's do it. Now, as usual, crystals, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. That's an extended reading that goes with it. If you find that it is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, then you might want to get that for even more information. If you do want that, toward the end of the reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. You can also find a link for that in the description box and in the comments on this video. So let's see what's coming up next in your love life. Let's find out. We've got the beauty of age and growth. Oh, so nice. It's a level up. So you've grown, you've learned over the years, right? Beauty of age and growth. You're in a completely different position now. Now, you know, when we're young and dumb, we get into relationships for all kinds of reasons. We don't really know any better, do we? As we get older, we know ourselves more. We chill out completely. Like, have you seen all those memes? Like, get together with a woman that's over 50 because she won't care what you're thinking about. You know, the things that we are our insecure selves when we are younger care about, think about, we just don't do when we're older. We know ourselves much better, and so you might be getting into a situation here which is completely different than you have been previously because you've got maturity, you know yourself, and less of the stuff that doesn't serve us or serve good relationships that comes with the insecurity of youth. Let's put it that way. You know, sometimes I've seen that guys saying, oh, I prefer older women because, you know, there's less drama and all of that. And it goes both ways. It goes both ways. Older women, of course. Everyone prefers mature people. Now, it doesn't necessarily come with age, does it? So you could have someone that's mature and they're younger and that have dealt with a lot more, or perhaps have had less on their plate, less trauma or whatever it is on their plate. It's not about age. It's about your progression in life and what you've learned about yourself. So, yeah, it runs both ways. Road less traveled, something unique to you, a path that not a lot of people take. but you're going to take it. Turbulence. The mind is murky in rough waters. So your mind might be against it. So there might be some resistance to what's coming up next in your love life, or the path that you want to take. You might be judging yourself about it. There might be some reasons why you think, perhaps I shouldn't go there. But there's this maturity thing. So tell us more. Wow, that came out straight away. The Sun card. Your inner child is going to be really happy. A lot of joy in that. The Nine of Wands coming toward the end of a healing journey. Again, with that beauty of age and growth, you've learned a lot now. You're going to have different experiences in your relationships as a result. Especially for those of you that have been doing a lot of inner work, which you probably are because you're watching me. Knight of Wands, you've got forward movement, very passionate forward movement here. Okay, tell us more. The Sun. Tell us why the Sun's here, please. Why are we so happy? Our inner child happy, feeling joyful. Good things ahead for you guys. Big changes that you've wished for. Big changes happening, death and rebirth, the start of something new. So again, I think you guys, perhaps you have been trying to manifest a really healthy, completely different relationship than you have been in previously. And as a result, you've probably had to have taken a step back from your love life and deal with some things within yourself and heal yourself and all of that kind of thing. Doing the things that cause you to be the person that can have a really healthy relationship, right? So leveling a lot up. And the Death card signifies great change. So a rebirth comes after letting go of the old you, and it brings in the wishes that you've been wishing for. So no wonder you're really happy. So you've got great happiness coming in, a complete shift. If you guys think that the inner work that you've been doing isn't going to change that much and you're expecting the same old BS from relationships that you've had before, think again. You're going to have a completely different experience. Death and rebirth, it's like, no, everything's changed, of course. You've changed. So your results are going to change, right? And what's behind that is letting go. There's a need to let go. So the death and rebirth is about that. You've got to let go before you can have a different experience. So this is saying, stop expecting the same old BS again because you've changed. You've got to really trust that. It's like, I've changed. Of course, what I'm manifesting is going to change. When your energy is completely different, you're going to create something completely different. And we don't unlearn the things that we've learned either. And so sometimes we're worried about that. It's like, what if I don't spot it again? What if I don't spot it? What if it's a narcissist? And what if I don't spot it? It's like, you can't unlearn what you've learned. Trust yourself more. The Nine of Wands, because you're coming to the end of a healing journey here. We don't want to stay in the hospital. We don't want to stay in that healing thing. We want to get the results from it, right? The Page of Emotions, you can feel hopeful. So the Page of Emotions is about hope. It's about almost positive fantasy kind of thing. Start looking at the positive. So I think you've been on a healing journey to get yourself into alignment. So you've been having to address all of the things that have gone wrong in relationships, how to spot red flags and even amber flags and all of that kind of thing, how to empower yourself, how to speak up. You've been focused on all the negative parts of relationships. It's time to focus on the positive parts of relationships. You've been there, you've done that, you've learned it now. Now get on the positive trajectory of an amazing relationship, which you were probably years ago on that train, which is why you've had to do all the work that you've had to do, the internal work, in order to be aligned with that. This is really positive. This is saying, this reading, that you've got really great things ahead, but you've got to believe it. You've got to believe that all that work was for something, and you're not going to have the same experiences as you had before. So get on that positive fantasy thing. Sorry, I've got a load of emails coming in. Abundance is behind that. So much better ahead. Now, for some of you, you could be pessimistic, or you could have been pessimistic about your love life because you're like, there's no healed people out there. There's no this and there's no that. Now, when we are healing, we're always connecting with wound mates, those that are going through the same thing. You're not necessarily going to see the ones that have healed themselves out there, right? So when we are healing, we're in the midst of it, we're going to be noticing those other people that are facing these things and healing too. And that can make us feel like everyone's healing out there, everyone's a mess. No, that's just while you were in that position, in that energy yourself, you, it's not even attract. It's like your eyes are only open to seeing that in people. You'll have had this experience before where you sort something out in yourself and then you realize that there have been other people around you, healthy people around you all along, but you just weren't noticing it because you weren't resonating with that. So abundance signifies that there are a lot of people out there. There are a lot of people out there, and yes, you've not been seeing them, but they are out there. So get on the positive train, and perhaps your eyes will open to all of those that are around you that are healthy. Knight of Wands, there's going to be forward movement, passionate more forward movement for you. For some of you, you haven't felt attracted to people, and you will. This Knight of Wands, you're going to be very attracted to somebody. Muse of Materials, King of Pentacles, and they're going to be very stable too. All right there. Feels like everything. There's retreat energy from that. Someone that isn't out there, right? So the Knight of Wands can often be a player kind of an energy. And you might have been thinking that whenever you find someone attractive, they're always this player kind of an energy. But this isn't that. This isn't someone that's out there. This is someone that is very particular in what energy they bring in. They retreat their energy. Muse of Materials, they're very stable too. So they're not someone who puts themselves out there so much. So it's someone that values themselves, right? When we get to that point of valuing ourselves, we won't just go with anyone, and we're more selective. Not just in like who we will get into romantic relationships with, but for anything. For anything in our lives, like where we'll go and what it is that we'll do and with whom and friendships and all of that kind of thing. We get way more selective when we really value ourselves. And so if you are like thinking that you're attracted to those that are just like not valuing themselves and out and they'll just go with anyone, that kind of thing, and you think that you won't be attracted to someone that isn't doing that, think again, because you're going to be attracted to this one. It's very clear. They're going to be aligned with your energy. And that's why your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they'll manifest physically. Again, another message to get positive about your relationship journey. Tell us more. Believe in your good luck. Again, a message to get positive about it. So, yeah, it's all pretty much the same, isn't it? Okay. Tell us more. Mystery. Mystery is the unknown that's coming next. You've got support, somebody supportive, and spy. They might already have the eye on you. You might already have your eye on them. Yeah. Lucky. Again, a message to get positive about this. You're going to be lucky. You've got lost here as well. And so, yes, you're going to fancy the pants off them. And wild abandon and self-consciousness. Interesting. So wild abandon is you're throwing caution to the wind with this person and going for it. There's going to be some self-consciousness there, perhaps of how other people are thinking about you as you go into this. So you could feel carefree and very positive. Other people could be a little bit reserved about it. Are you sure about this? Remember your past. You weren't very good at picking people. That other people's concerns could come out, or you could be imagining other people's concerns. It's probably a mixture of them both. Well, you've got something very positive here. Very changing circumstances for you that's coming up next in your love life. So if you want to know more, if you want even more guidance on this, and if you want to know what's coming up next, and especially about this Knight of Wands, Muse of Materials energy, let's get skinny on them, then you might want to get that deeper dive. If you do, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's an instant watch kind of a thing. You do need to type your email address in very carefully. Get that wrong, you won't receive it. Now the email, it might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, junk, or promotions folder. Do check those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, the flower, and the shell. Click on the crystal. on advice that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video, and when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, then just try it on a different device, and it will. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click like. Before you click off down there, click that subscribe button if you're new. Leave a comment, that'll get you an entry into the prize draw for a free reading with me at the end of the month. As we'll get in that deeper dive as well, that'll get you entered into the second prize draw, so good luck with winning those. But if this is why you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. And if you're coming with me to that deeper dive read for even more, then I'll see you in there very shortly. So if you chose the flower, this one's for you. Flowers, let's find out what's coming up next in your love life. Now, it might be about your person's next move as well, because I kind of wanted to talk about that, but then the guys said, no, do what's coming up next in your love life. So could be about the next move. It could be just about what's coming up next in your love life. Now, as usual, flowers is going to be a deeper dive to this. That's an extended reading that goes with it. If you find that it is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, you might want to get that for even more. If you do, toward the end of the reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. You can also find a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So, what's coming up next in your love life? Let's see. Sharing your wisdom. Okay, so there's going to be some talking going on. Your wisdom, sharing your wisdom. Let's find out more before I speak out on that. Mischief. Stirring up some trouble. Yeah, I'm getting some weird energy from this. It's a bit of trouble. It feels like manipulation. It feels like could come across as wisdom, but it's actually manipulation. It's like snake oil salesman kind of an energy, you know, when someone is really convincing and it's like they tell you about the science and they convince you to buy something, and then afterward you're like, they were really convincing, but I'm not sure that's even true. It's like they were making it up and they just manipulated me. It feels like that to me. Mischievous wisdom, you know. Tell us more. Stillness. In calm waters, everything becomes clear. Don't act on it. I think this reading is a warning, saying you've got someone coming in that's trying to manipulate you. And if you just wait, they'll reveal themselves. A manipulative kind of a person, they won't want you to wait, right? They won't. Yeah, interesting. Eight of Swords. This is about breaking free of a trap. Page of Pentacles, about offers coming in. If you have experienced people BSing you before. If you have succumbed to perhaps narcissists that love bomb you and you haven't seen those red flags. If you've been in a pattern of being misled by people before, of like, there are a lot of people out there that are just telling lies in order to progress things and get what they want out of a relationship. I saw one recently myself. I was chatting with this guy, and then he made some kind of a mistake. I don't know. It was an inappropriate comment. I can't even remember what it was now, but I picked him up on it and I said, you know, I'm not interested in seeing someone. I just want someone that's legit, that, you know, isn't playing games and all of that. That's game playing that you've just done the right there. I pulled him up on something like that anyway, and, you know, called him out on it. And then he sent me a message saying, oh, he's really sorry. It's just not himself at the moment because his family pet dog is dying or something like that. And it was just obviously a manipulation. He was appealing to my empathetic side because I've called him out. Like, he wouldn't have told me that. He wouldn't have made that up if I hadn't have called him out. So he was trying to get out. It was just one of those lies, you know, people lie when they've been pulled up on something. And I saw it for what it was, and it's like, wow, that's a tactic. That is, you know, my BS went alert thing, radar went off to that. And so you could have been trapped in a pattern, or feel trapped in a pattern, but of accepting offers from people, getting into a relationship with people when there's lies, there's stuff like that going on. Just take your time. Seven of Pentacles is about investment. Oh, too many. Too many, too many, too many. And the Magician manifesting something, quite powerful energy that. Right, so Page of Pentacles and Eight of Swords. Tell us more about this. This is your energy, flowers. Ten of Inspiration, you put those burdens down. So you've been taking burden on. So it could be really similar to my situation where people have been appealing to your empathetic side, you know, your heart, your compassion and all of that kind of thing. Narcissists really like to do that. They like to choose like the amazing women that are really compassionate and then just like manipulate them. Like they know how to do it. And if you take those burdens on, if it's like, oh, you poor thing, you know, your dog's dying and poor thing, you know, and you will let them off bad behavior for that. That could be how you've been getting sucked in that. So notice it. Notice it. And it might not feel great to you for you not to be loving and caring and trusting and open and all of that kind of thing. And instead to be protective of yourself and be wary of people, and like, that sounds like a manipulation to me. You know, it doesn't feel good to have to be so cynical like that, but I tell you what, it protects us from all of that crap. And if you have been experiencing it over and over again, Eight of Swords, you've got to change your mind about it, right? Got to come at it from a different perspective, because the Page of Pentacles is about offers that you're getting. And you've just got to put those burdens down. So when they shift the burden onto you, or they call you out on something, and it's like, it's you, you're crazy, you know, that kind of thing. No, it's not you. It really isn't. So put those burdens down. Don't let someone else burden you. And notice when you feel those burdens, it's like, oh, this doesn't feel good to me anymore. This isn't someone giving a loving offer to me. This is someone putting stuff on me, making me feel bad. Don't want to get into a relationship with someone that makes you feel bad in order to get into a relationship with them, right? That's what that guy was trying to do. It's like, oh, let me off on that one because, oh, my dog's dying, be nice to me. It's like, no, you've just been inappropriate with me. Why should I let you off? When I'm going through grief, it doesn't turn me into an asshole. You're saying that that's turned you into an asshole? No. Then if you are an asshole when you're going through things like that, I don't want to have a relationship with you. I deserve better than that, right? And so joy, you need to turn toward your joy here. Who's bringing you joy rather than burdens, and feel it. You might have just been so susceptible to taking on burdens for other people and being loving and giving and all of that kind of thing that you're susceptible to when someone's manipulating you. Anyway, Seven of Pentacles is about investment, investing ourselves into a relationship. Nine of Voices, and it causing so much anxiety when you do that. So over investing in relationships, when people call to you, when people call out for love from you, even if it's a manipulation, if it's not even true, like, poor me, love me. We don't want to get into a relationship with someone saying that, poor me. Do you really? You want to be in a relationship with someone that is like, got plenty to give you. And creativity is behind that. That's even worse. So yeah, okay. So investing. If you're trying to create a relationship with someone who isn't investing, and you're trying to redress that balance by investing too much, causing yourself anxiety, or allowing them to draw you in through your anxiety, through making you feel bad, through making you feel like you're losing them or whatever if you don't give to them. Red flags, red flags, red flags, red flags. You definitely got a red flag coming in here. This time you're going to see it and you're going to learn from it and you're not going to fall for it, right? The Magician, because this is sneaky energy. This is sneaky energy. It's like they want you and they know how to manipulate you. The Magician. They're trying to manifest you, and that's what they do. This is why it's like why good people end up with narcissists. For one, the narcissists want a good person. It's they're the only ones that they can manipulate. They're the only ones that they can manipulate. So that's what they target. They target amazing people that haven't yet wised up to this and become stronger and empowered themselves and can say no to that. Ace of Inspiration. They're going to use every trick under the sun. The Magician uses all their resources in order to get what it is that they want, you know. And when we're talking about a negative magician, they will manipulate. They will use every trick under the sun. The Ace of Inspiration is the phallus. It's the seduction. Ace of Inspiration, passionate start, you know, it could be love bombing, that kind of thing. They're going to use every trick that they've got. So you could have someone coming into your life next in your love life that will use every trick for you to see it really, really clearly. It's like, wow, I used to be susceptible to that. That was pure manipulation. And wow, oh, so now you're using the seduction thing. Okay, what's behind that? What is behind that? Death is the end. It's the end before a rebirth. So I do feel like you're attracting someone in now that's going to show you every trick under the sun for you to see it clearly this time and not fall for it this time. So that you can close the lid on this and go like, I ain't never going to be manipulated again. What's next in your love life? And I tell you what, even though it might not feel great to be a bit cynical, a bit more cynical than being open and loving, protecting ourselves is worth it. It's so worth it. It's a self-loving thing to do. Love yourself instead of these assholes. New beginning, a new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. Because guess what's on the other side of this? Whenever the death and rebirth card comes out, it's like, once you've closed the lid on this particular lesson, you've got such great things ahead. Such great things ahead. Tend to the details and take a reality check. Notice things. Notice things. The details. Notice the things. The manipulations, the love bombing and all of that. Attend to those details and see it for what it is. Take a reality check. Memories. It's going to be connected with people and things that you've done in the past, and you might get a lot of shame around this as well. Like once you see it clearly, you'll be like, oh my God, I was susceptible to this for so many years. Now I can look back on all those relationships and see that I was being manipulated each time, and I thought that they were true and I thought they were being legit, and I put it on myself of like why wasn't I making that work, instead of realizing I just kept on letting I just kept on letting manipulative people into my life. We've got fun here as well. Fun. Having fun. Those kind of games aren't fun. Let's get another card out for you. Don't know why fun's come up. Tell us why fun has come up. Confusion. Yeah, because things aren't cut and dry, and there will be positive things about someone. So love bombing can appear to be a positive thing, you know. Nothing is all bad, and if we let people off because of one good thing that they did, or one good thing that they are, or you know, fun that they brought into our lives. Put it this way, I was thinking about this morning, because narcissists that have been in my life are trying to get back into my life at the moment, and I'm just kind of thinking about it. Am I thinking about it is like, no way am I opening that door again. That would be crazy. But I liken it to this. If someone said to you, say you're in prison, right? You're in prison, you don't have your freedom, and then you're saying like, I want my freedom, I want to get out of prison, and they say, why? Is prison all bad? Like, there's got to be something good about prison. And you say, well, yeah, I get to perhaps study something. I've got the time to study something, and it's one thing that I can do. And they say to you, well, there you go. There's something positive about it. Why would you want to get out of it? It's like, because I've not got my freedom. Like there's more negative things about it than positive things about it, right? And it's like that with relationships like this too. And it's like, well, but I do this good thing. It's like, yeah, but it doesn't make up for the abuse and the narcissism and all of that kind of stuff. I still want to get out of it, you know? And this is how we can be gaslit in these situations. It's like, well, I'm not all bad. We've had some fun. It's like, don't expect me to be perfect. It's like, yeah, still want to get out of it. It still doesn't, you know, it doesn't make up for those negative things. So this could be about your memories of like, but I had a good time sometimes. This is how narcissists work. So they'll draw you back in when they realize like you're pulling away, they've done too much of the negative stuff. They're like, oh, I'll give them a bit of the nice stuff now and keep them hanging on, keeping them coming back, you know, for more. It's called vacuuming, I think. Ooh, okay. Hoovering. Vacuum. Rules. You need to have rules, solid rules for yourself. Hold on, not to keep hanging on to someone and to be cynical. Yes, be cynical, be cynical. Be cynical, protect yourself, be cynical. It doesn't matter. If someone is loving and giving and they are legit, and you are being cynical and to protect yourself, they're going to get that. Imagine someone coming into your life that has really been through some terrible things and they start being cynical about you. You're going to give them leeway. You're going to give them leeway, and it's like, it's okay, you're safe with me. Someone that's legit is going to be like that with you too. They're going to be cool about you being cynical because you've got to protect yourself. There's nobody that's loving and giving that are going to throw you under a bus for protecting yourself. They just won't. They will totally understand it. They will totally understand it, and they'll be there anyway. It's okay to be cynical, and it's protecting yourself. So have some rules with yourself there so that you don't succumb to same old stuff again. Wow. Well, okay. That sounds like it is your story. Could be a story. Want it to be a story. You might want to get that deeper dive for even more. If you want it, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's an instant watch kind of a thing. You do need to type your email address in very carefully. Get that wrong, you won't receive it. Now the email, it might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, junk, or promotions folder. Do check those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, the flower, and the shell. Click on the flower. Only device that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video, and when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, just try it on a different device and it will. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click like before you click off down there. Click that subscribe button if you're new. Leave a comment. That'll get you an entry into that prize draw for a free reading with me at the end of the month. As we'll get in that deeper dive as well, I'll get you entered into the second prize draw for a free reading with me, so good luck with all of that. But if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. And if you're coming with me to that deeper dive read, then I will see you in there very shortly. If you chose the shell and this one's for you, shells, let's find out what's coming up next in your love life. Now, I did want to focus on what's their next move. It kind of hasn't been that. I guess it has been, perhaps, for the flower. Might be for you. Let's see. But what's coming up next in your love life? Let's find out. Now, as usual, shells, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. That's an extended reading that goes with it. So if you find that it is your story, or want it to be a story, could be a story, you might want to get that for even more. So toward the end of the reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. You can also find a link for that in the description box in the comments below. So getting straight into your reading, what's coming up next in your love life? Be still a while. And Foxfire. Ooh. Be still a while and Foxfire. This developing passion for someone, but nothing happening about it yet. It's that, it's when the passion builds because you can't be with someone. It's that kind of thing. Catalyst. Something is going to cause it to happen, or shake things up. Be a catalyst to it, something actually happening. So it feels like there's tension being built up between you and someone else. Chance and determination. Don't be afraid of the rising tide, it will soon receive. And chance, allow the sea to wash its chest of wonders ashore. You never know what the tide might bring in. So there's a bit of a wait. While some tension with someone builds up, there's going to be a catalyst, something that happens. You've got to be determined, right, to change this. You've got to be determined to change this. So if you've been kind of giving up on a situation where tension has been building, don't give up on it. Be determined about it. Hang on in there. Tell us more. King of Cups, they've got feelings for you. This person loves you. And tension has been building, but it's been still. Tell us more. Knight of Wands is going to be passionate movement towards you. Yeah, there's a lot of passion. Foxfire, it might not just be passion between you as well. It is that, but there might be, like, you might be passionate about the same things as well. Same causes. Three of Pentacles, working together, partnership, learning, teaching each other, putting your heads together, planning together, and all of that kind of thing. Tell us more about this King of Cups. They've got feelings for you. Muse of Voices, Page of Materials, Muse of Voices, gaining clarity, like mind clarity in the head, Page of Materials to offer you something. So, okay, Okay, this is someone that is taking their time before they offer you something to get great clarity on that. The feelings are already there. I'm gaining clarity in their mind to move forward on this. Reunion of souls, divine timing, and unlimited possibilities. They do feel like a great connection between you, but there's something about divine timing, like they're taking the time with it, being still a while. Or it could be someone that just procrastinates, doesn't take action on things, like there's always going to be a better time to do it, that kind of thing. I want to get into what this catalyst is. Perhaps the cards are going to tell us. So the Knight of Wands will be forward movement, passionate forward movement with you. But I was getting like the passion might not be passion between you, but it might be something jointly passionate about. Like a cause that you're both passionate about or something like that. Nine of Inspiration, end of a healing journey. Tell me more about that. Healing journey. Something you're both passionate about because of a healing journey that you've both been on. Could be slowing you both down toward each other, or it could be that you connect. World, Page of Emotions, Two of Voices. Okay. It could be that they have been in this limbo place where they can't make a decision. They don't know what it is that they need to do, because Nine of Inspiration says that they've been on a healing journey, right? World and the Page of Emotions, end of a cycle, start of a new cycle. Page of Emotions is about being overly optimistic. So your person could have been healing themselves from being an overly optimistic kind of person. They might be more wary now, and this could be you as well. The Knight of Wands, what am I getting here? I'm getting that there's passion between you, yes, but you're both passionate about the same things, perhaps because you've both been healing yourself. Now, it doesn't have to be healing that you're passionate about. For me, I am passionate about Muay Thai, and it's an empowering thing for me too. It's part of my healing journey. It was fundamental to a certain part of my healing journey to get that empowerment and to be able to defend myself and fight and have that as a natural reaction rather than the victimhood freeze stance, which is what I used to be as a victim of a lot of trauma. So sometimes, so I see the people that are also into it too, that they've been through a lot of trauma as well. And it being a very positive thing. It could be something like that. So it's not necessarily like healing per se, like this kind of stuff. It could be that too. But whatever you're both into, it's showing this underlying healing yourself. Another way to put that too is you might be feeling a connection with somebody through something that has been very healing for you. And it's also very healing for them too. But it just might slow things down just a little bit. Just that whole, we are more wary, aren't we? When we've been through a healing process, of course we are. We know to protect ourselves better. What's behind that is transformation and emotional release. So there's a lot of emotions involved in this, and transforming yourself so you're not emotionally triggered by things anymore. It feels to me like you've been both going through really similar things. So the Three of Pentacles, you put your heads together, you plan together, you do things together, and perhaps even work together. Doing stuff together. Three of Materials, same card. And the Five of Materials, it's like when you learn to say no to other things too. Leave yourself out of what doesn't involve you, I heard. So once you're both strong enough to say no to what it is that you don't want, you could be coming together. That could be the catalyst, in fact, is that a no comes in. So in other words, someone could make a move toward them and it's a hell no for them, and they're just like, you know what, Charles is the right person for me. It could be that. Some of them are still going through a healing journey, and they could have negative energies, negative people in their lives, and they are yet to say no to them, and that distinct no, never again, that kind of thing. And it could be when they do that it'll move forward. That could be the catalyst. Joy is behind that, and they choose joy for themselves. So you guys together are going to be very joyful, but it feels to me like your person is still making choices from a wounded self yet. Perhaps still keeping people. You know how it is. We have negative people that have caused trauma in our lives, and we keep them in our lives until we get to that healed point of view of putting ourselves first, when we're going when we realize and we say, actually, I'm not going to have these people in my life anymore. It takes a lot of processing to get there. It takes a lot of inner work to get even to that point, to completely say no and shut people out. So I feel like your person is on the way to that and choosing joy for themselves instead. And it feels like your relationship is waiting with the tension building up for them to realize that, shut people or someone, probably people, out of their lives, come together with you. Okay. Tell us more. Shells. Look deep within your heart, you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. This person really loves you. Properly. They love you properly, this person. It's almost like they're not allowing it for themselves yet until they get rid of the other stuff out of their lives and say no. And choose joy for themselves. Push through any insecurity and keep your heart open. So if your person's seeming rejection of you or slowness with you is making you feel insecure, try and keep your heart open to them. Don't let it shut you down to them. They've just got to go through this process that they're going through. Wow. You're sharing passion between you, not just passion for each other, but passion about the same things. True love. This is true love. You really love each other. And spy. Just kind of watching each other at the moment. Just kind of watching, arm's length at the moment. There's definitely a stillness that needs to happen here. At the moment. And it's for your person to process something. Trust them in that. Using, never enough. Right. So they've been used by other people and never been enough. There's not used by other people. You can never do enough for them, right? It's just like never enough. You're never enough for those people. There's nothing you can do because the gap isn't in you, it's in them. So I think they've been enabling other people by giving to them. Probably got a heart of gold with this King of Cups energy. Got this naughtiness as well. There's something about them, like they want to be a good person, so they don't want to be naughty. They don't want to turn their back on people or do something wrong. It feels like they've got a good moral compass, but some of those morals, it's actually working against them. It's not letting them say no to what they need to say no to. Almost like they need to go down this path a little bit more of trying to bend over backwards for someone and realizing they're never enough. It doesn't feel like they're in a relationship, though. It could be about family, this. I don't know. They've been used. You might have experienced this too. Wow, well, there you go. That's what I've got for you. So it's just an understanding. What have you got coming up in your love life? It's more like an understanding of why things are taking so long and saying, like, keep your heart open to this person. They'll get there in the end. They will. Take a chance on them. Be determined. See this through. See this one through. They've got a lot of feeling for you. They just got there. They're just battling their inner demons at the moment. Well, if that sounds like it is your story, could be a story, you want it to be your story, you might want to get that deeper dive for even more. Let's get into this then. Let's get you some guidance. And we'll find out a timing for you as well, amongst other things. If you're interested in that, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's an instant watch kind of a thing. You do need to type your email address in very carefully, because you get that wrong, you won't receive it. Now, the email, it might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, junk, or promotions folder. Do check those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, the flower, and the shell. Click on the shell. I advise you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video. And when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, just try it on a different device and it will. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click like before you click off down there. Click that subscribe button if you're new and leave a comment. That'll get you an entry into that prize draw for a free reading with me at the end of the month. As we'll get in that deeper dive as well, that'll get you into the second prize draw. So good luck with winning those. But if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. If you're coming with me to that deeper dive read, then I'll see you in there very shortly.